My daughter's teacher called saying she wrote goodbye letters to every student in her class. She's only 8 years old. My daughter's teacher called saying she wrote goodbye letters to every student in her class. She's only 8 years old. Mrs. Vincent's voice was shaking when she said it, the kind of tremor that makes your whole body go cold. Mr. Harper, I need you to come to the school immediately. Maisie wrote letters to all 23 of her classmates during silent reading time. Personal letters. She's been handing them out at recess, telling each child she wanted them to remember her. My heart stopped. I asked what the letters said. Goodbye messages. Things she loves about each person. Apologies for anything she did wrong. Instructions for who should get her art supplies and her favorite books. I was already grabbing my keys, running to the car. Where is she right now? She's in my classroom with the counselor. She's calm. Too calm. She told me she wanted to make sure everyone knew she cared about them before she left. I made it to the school in 8 minutes. Ran through the front office, didn't sign in, just sprinted down the hallway to Mrs. Vincent's third grade classroom. Maisie was sitting at a table with Mrs. Chen, the school counselor, coloring a picture of our family. She looked up when I burst through the door and smiled. Just a normal 8-year-old smile. Hi, Dad. I knelt down in front of her, trying to keep my voice steady. Baby, Mrs. Vincent told me about the letters you wrote. Can you tell me why you wrote them? She kept coloring, adding yellow to the sun in the corner. I wanted everyone to know I love them before I go away. My chest tightened. Go away where, sweetheart? To heaven with Grandma. She said it so casually, the way she'd say she was going to the park. We're going on Thursday. It was Monday. Mrs. Chen's face had gone white. I took Maisie's hand. Baby, what makes you think you're going to heaven on Thursday? She finally looked up at me, confused. Because you said so. You said Grandma's getting her angel wings on Thursday, and I get to go with her to make sure she's not scared. The room spun. Last week, my mother had been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. The doctor said she had weeks, maybe a month. Thursday was her scheduled hospice intake appointment. I'd been trying to explain death to Maisie in the gentlest way possible, using words an 8-year-old might understand. I'd said Grandma was going to become an angel soon, that she'd get her wings and go to heaven. And then Maisie asked if she could go with her because Grandma shouldn't be alone. I'd said, my voice cracking, of course you can be there with her, baby. We'll all be there. I meant at the hospice. At her bedside, to say goodbye. Maisie heard something completely different. She thought I was sending her to heaven with her grandmother, that we were both dying on Thursday. I pulled her into my arms so tight she squeaked. Baby, no. Grandma is going to heaven, but you're staying here with me. You're not going anywhere. You're healthy and safe, and you're going to live a very, very long life. She pulled back, tears forming in her eyes. But Grandma will be scared without me. Mrs. Vincent had her hand over her mouth, crying silently. Mrs. Chen was wiping her eyes. I was completely falling apart in the middle of a 3rd grade classroom. Grandma won't be scared, I said, holding Maisie's face in my hands. She'll have Papa up there, and her parents, and everyone she's ever loved, and she'll be watching over you from heaven, protecting you until you're very, very old. But that won't be for a long, long time. Maisie started sobbing. But I made all those letters. I gave away my sticker collection. I told Benjamin he could have my desk at school because I wouldn't need it anymore. She'd been preparing to die for 5 days. 5 days of an 8-year-old child believing she was terminally ill, planning her own death, saying goodbye to everyone she loved. And I had no idea. Mrs. Vincent collected all the letters from the students who hadn't read them yet. Maisie had written things like, I'm sorry I talked during math. You're the best friend ever. Please don't be sad. Take care of Mr. Whiskers for me, her class pet hamster. Remember me when you see rainbows. The school counselor suggested immediate family therapy. That night, I sat with Maisie and explained death in concrete terms an 8-year-old could actually understand. That only Grandma's body was sick. That Maisie's body was perfectly healthy. That going to heaven isn't something you choose or plan. That when I said she could be there with Grandma, I meant physically in the room, holding her hand, not dying with her. She asked why I didn't explain it better the first time. I told her the truth. Because I was scared and sad about Grandma, and I didn't use the right words. I'm so sorry I confused you, baby. I'm sorry you were scared. We went to see my mother that Wednesday. My mother, weak and frail, stroked Maisie's hair and told her she had so much life left to live. So many birthdays and Christmases and first days of school. You stay here and make me proud, my mother whispered. And when you're old and gray, maybe we'll have tea together again. My mother passed on Friday morning with all of us there. After the funeral, Maisie asked if she could write one more letter to Grandma instead of to her classmates.